What do you got?
Free agent guard forward Lamar Stevens has agreed to a deal with the Boston Celtics. Sources tell The Athletic and Stadium Stevens established himself as a defensive presence for the Cavs starting in 25 of 62 games last season. Agent Scott Nichols completed the deal with Celtics officials. So Stevens got Stevens. Brad hasn't been too busy investing in soccer teams. He's out there still working, and he got himself Lamar Stevens. Now, we've talked about this one. It's been out there. Lamar Stevens, TJ Warren, some of the guys that have been in for workouts with the Celtics. We've been on this one for weeks. And there was even a little bit of conversation. Who would you rather? And we said, I believe anyway, go back, check the tape, but I believe these words came out of my mouth previously. Between the two, while I might have preferred TJ Warren for his offensive upside, the one that felt more likely was Lamar Stevens for his defensive ability. What do you think of this move?
I don't like it. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Tell me more.
I just don't want time. I get why. I just really like Jordan Walsh. And I think this takes away playing time from Jordan Walsh. I think
might.
It certainly might. I get the idea. You can never have too many wings in this league, especially guys that can defend. Boston, I think, would like to try and get back to some of their defensive prowess that they had when they went to the NBA Finals. I mean, again, you and I talked about this. You, me, and Seth had a lot of conversations, surrounding how good that defense was from February till Rob got hurt. It was unbelievable. I mean, it really was. I'd like to get back to that for sure.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by Fanduel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
I just think Jordan Walsh, I'd like to see him get some real time. And that's
you're riding a summer league high is what you're doing.
I am, but this is the problem. Okay, so this is when you're a good team like the Celtics and you have young players on it. Sometimes you have to sacrifice wins for playing time or vice versa, playing time for wins, right? Like ask the Cavs about Moses Moody and Kuminga and the young guys that they've brought in. They traded Wiseman away after a while because he wasn't fitting in and wasn't really working out. If you go back and ask them, would you do the same thing over again? They probably wouldn't because those guys have not brought the return back on their investment for sure. And again, you're talking about a team that had Steph Curry, Draymond, and Clay, and then added 3 rookies, and trying to make that work is really hard. Boston is in a little different of a spot than them. They have, I think, a little bit more age diversity on their team than the Warriors do. But it's still the same time, I would like the Sam Hausers, the Jordan Walshes, to get some real time. I mean, you more than me, I think, pounded the table for more Sam Hauser, not just last year, but the year prior in the playoffs, trying to get Sam Hauser some more run on the court. I feel like that's going to be me with Jordan Walsh this year. I'm so excited to see what he brings to the table when he doesn't have to be like in the summer league. It's hard, you don't know who the heck you're playing with, and obviously his role with the Celtics with Jason Tatum over here and Jaylen Brown over here is going to be very different from when he's on the court with J.D. Davison and Jay Scrubb and name the guys. So I do want to see what he looks like with some higher end talent around him and how he can be beneficial, because I think he has a little bit better feel than I think people are anticipating. That being said, look, Lamar Stevens, as I said at the time, I think when they were looking at him, I have not been grinding Lamar Stevens tape. I hate to tell everybody. I'm not an expert at Lamar Stevens. From what we can gather, yes, very good defensively. Again, I believe he's one of Penn State's all-time leading scorers. If I remember correctly.
Maybe. I could not tell you if that's true or not. I tell you he went to Penn State. That is my extensive knowledge of Lamar Stevens, the college basketball player. I can tell you some of his NBA facts, which is has started 38 of 165 games. This is right from Basketball Reference. This is not off the top of my head, obviously. He's averaging just better than 5 points in about 16 minutes per. As far as shooting, he's about a 47% shooter from the field, not a three-point shooter. He'll get him up from time to time, but only a 28% success rate. Not the most adept at the free throw line either, just over 70%. Gets his rebounds. He's getting 3.3 in those minutes. So as far as, per 36, he's 10.5 points and almost 7 rebounds per 36 minutes. But I think going back to the defense, defensive win share, which of course Basketball Reference has, 1.6 last year of his overall 1.9 win share in, again, limited action. His defensive rating, 111, 110 the year before that. So it's, look, he's not a great player. He is a back half of the rotation, guy, if that. He won't even, regularly play by any means, unless there are some, games that guys are hurt or nights off, resting, whatever else. Like he's gonna get himself into the lineup here and there, and maybe he'll be an energy guy off the bench. But I would kind of describe Jordan Walsh, probably the same way. So to Evan's point, could they pull from one another? Entirely possible. But neither one was bound to have a big role on this team this season anyway.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/newsfeed50 and use code newsfeed50 to get 50% off. That's code newsfeed50 at factormeals.com/newsfeed50 to get 50% off.